game or visit us online at sportscarjunction.com.
Welcome to the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, where tonight the Pirates take on the Colorado Rockies. In Game 2 of their 3-game series, the Pirates' 6-game road trip continues. It is a Paul Skeens night, and the Pirates, I don't know if they're desperate for a win, but they sure do want one badly. So does Paul Skeens. Greg Brown, Kevin Young, and Hannah Mears will be along momentarily. And Paul Skeens, you know, he's pitched very well, the reigning Cy Young Award winner. You look inside the numbers, and we will momentarily, but he's not been the dominant guy that he actually was earlier this year against the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of it has to do with just not pitching a little deeper into games. I think the run support obviously has something to do with it when it comes to Paul Skeens, but you love to see him just being able to attack and continue what he's been able to do. But pitch a little deeper into games obviously is going to be a big key. You see what he was able to do. It was nothing short of amazing his last start against the Rockies. Ironically, his last time he actually got the W. But just the ability to go out and dominate, you look forward to watching him repeat that same thing this evening.
Yeah, and that, by the way, that start followed his 8 innings of 2-hit shutout ball against the Diamondbacks. So it's back-to-back wins for him and the team. Pirates have not won a game since. Paul Skeens has pitched 6 times since dominating these Rockies. Last 4 starts, we dive inside the numbers, Kevin, and you see the numbers are actually really good for Skeens.
They really are. I mean, he is a Cy Young Award winner for a reason. He just goes out and finds a way to dominate. You see the opposing average of 197, the whips, all the things that you would expect to see out of Paul Skeens. As we said, right now, what he would love to see is to be able to go 8 innings pitch, really dominate, and turn it over to the bullpen for that 1 inning and close out with a victory.
Well, that would be ideal. And really, these are kind of ideal conditions for Paul Skeens. As you know, first 2 collegiate seasons pitched at Air Force, and he and his teammates visited the academy the other day. Hannah Mears will talk more about that when we continue.
Welcome back to Coors Field, where Paul Skeens is warming up to start against the Rockies in a rare gray uniform. The last time Paul wore anything other than black for the Pittsburgh Pirates was May of last year. Now, this might be an away game here at Coors Field for the Pirates and Paul Skeens, but Paul told me before this game that this almost feels like home for him because he came to dozens of games while he was at the Air Force Academy. And speaking of the academy, on the off day this week, Paul actually had the opportunity to go back there, meet up with his old baseball coach, and see some men and women still around this time of year. Of course, stepping back on the Air Force Academy campus brings up some old memories. Paul told me about him being a freshman, having to wait until an upperclassman spoke to him in order to speak, and having to square off his bed every morning. All of the brutal reminders of basic training too. But despite those tough times, Paul said there's a lot of structure and discipline you learn from that. And if you do it right, you can carry it with you for the rest of your life wherever you are. Well, now Paul has carried that here with him to the big leagues. And although he did not graduate from the Air Force Academy, he admitted he probably gets more support than any non-graduate from the academy. Remember the World Baseball Classic when Paul Skeens and Griffin Jacks paid for the entire Air Force baseball team to stay and support and watch them? Those USA chants? The Air Force also supports Paul's journey. The Cy Young Award winner is actually used in recruiting pitches now. I was told that Paul's journey leaving the academy to pursue baseball was a decision they all respected and understood. And although everyone's intention is to graduate from Air Force and serve this country, the coaches understand there might be a path to further your athletic career, just like Paul Skeens did. And of course, as a last resort option. Paul laughed when hearing that he is used in recruiting pitches, telling me, hey, at least he can support and give back to the Air Force Academy in one way. But we know that's just Paul being humble. He gives back to the brave service men and women who support our country and serve our nation every day behind the scenes. And Paul Skeens will be feeling like a home game today. As he said, a lot of Air Force folks probably going to be in attendance to support him. And he'll get a much needed boost from this Pirates lineup too, as Brian Reynolds is slotted back in. It's the Pirates and Rockies next.
Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by Highmark, the official health plan of the Pirates, because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. By Cohen Markets. Free ice cream is back at Cohen Markets. Club Cohen members get a free Hershey's ice cream sandwich all summer long. By your Western PA Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Pittsburgh. And by Levin Furniture and Mattress, Pittsburgh's #1 furniture and mattress store. Tomoyuki Sugano is on the mound for the Rockies, and the Pirates looking upbeat. Matt Haig conducting things, the hitting coach, trying to get the bats back. Disturbing last night that the Pirates couldn't muster much against Kyle Freeland. Entered the game with a 7.98 ERA. We'll see how they do tonight with this lineup. Spencer Horwitz will lead off. And then it's Brandon Lowe and Brian Reynolds. You heard Hannah mention that Reynolds back in there after being scratched from the starting lineup last night, and then delivered that pinch hit single. And it's great to see him in there. Ryan O'Hearn hits cleanup. He's the DH. Nick Gonzalez, Tyler Callahan in right. Jake Mangum, Jared Triolo, Henry Davis, of course Davis, catches with Paul Skeens on the mound. And again, the Pirates face Tomo Sugano.
Yeah, Sugano, he'll attack him. Pretty good with 7-4 record. You see that. But more importantly, the use of his fastball is a veteran pitcher, has been doing it for a long time. But again, he is able to pick both in and out, up and down. He has a good split that he uses dynamically at the bottom of the zone consistently too. And that fastball will run it up there and not going to blow you away with speed, but he is one of those finesse type pitchers. And so the Pirates, even though the ball jumping out during batting practice, they got to get that ball elevated against Sugano.
And the defense behind him. Up the middle, Gold Glover a couple years ago, Ezekiel Tovar. Edward Julian is the second baseman. TJ Rumfield at first. Willie Castro is at third. Sterling Thompson, Cole Carrig, Jake McCarthy in the outfield left to right, and Hunter Goodman catches Sugano. His first year with the Rockies, signed as a free agent after spending a year in Baltimore. First time in the States last year for Sugano. Started in Japan. Horwitz, little 6-game on-base streak for him. And pops up the first pitch. Boy, this is exactly what happened with him last night. His first 2 at-bats, he fouled out, but this time gets a break because the third baseman Castro butchers the foul pop.
Yeah, that ball got up and above the stadium, and the wind is blowing a lot. Anytime you get a ball up in the air here at Coors Field, crazy things can happen when it gets above the stadium. You see the wind bring that ball back towards that fair line.
Yeesh.
That was ugly. But Spencer Horwitz is very thankful.
Take it. And that really should be an error on the third baseman to give Horwitz another opportunity against Sugano. It's 85 degrees at game time. It'll be no play officially.
And I agree with you, Brownie. 100% that should be an error.
I mean, a major league third baseman that drops that ball like that. Goodness.
We'll see if Spencer Horwitz can make them pay.
Yeah, really take advantage of it. 0 for 3, but hit by a pitch in his final plate appearance in the 8th inning against Jaden Hill last night. Mentioned his first 2 at-bats of last night's game. He popped up to Kyle Karros, who was the third baseman last night. Ball 1. Brian Reynolds. We had a chance to talk to him, Kevin and I, down in the batting cage, and he was really in good spirits.
Not only in good spirits, he hit a couple balls in batting practice.
Oh my.
That were on the upper deck here in right center field. And I was like, yeah, whatever was hurting him is no longer hurting him.
And the breeze last night kept the ball in the ballpark for the most part last night. It's not the same tonight. There's a drive to right field. Clear the deck. That's a Horwitz howitzer. Talk about taking advantage of another opportunity. And it's 1-0 his 10th of the year.
Yeah, you couldn't draw it up any better. You get a break. Spencer Horwitz, obviously, with the mistake by Castro dropping the foul ball, and you make him pay by changing the scoreboard. Spencer Horwitz, just another beautiful swing. Ball way back out here in right field.
Spencer Horwitz, 10 home runs now.
And the Pirates are right back to scoring early. You like to see that after coming off of last night.
And the long ball against Sugano also comes into play. That's 14 home runs he's allowed this season. Last year with the Orioles, he allowed 33 home runs. Third most in baseball. And Horwitz definitely takes advantage of the ball that was not caught by Castro. And Lau smacks one into right field.
That's a good start by the Pirates. A couple base hits, one extra base hit, and you like where things are going.
Love watching these home runs of Horwitz. Love the bat drop.
Look at the location. That's the best bat drop in baseball.
So good.
Yeah, you got the feet of fan in the deck above.
434-foot home run. Brought to you by UPMC. And Reynolds. Again, he did not waste any time. Told Don Kelly he could be used as a pinch hitter late in the game, and indeed in the 8th inning he delivered an RBI single. Made it a 3-2 ball game.
And as a manager, you just love to have your guys really wanting to be in the lineup consistently and finding ways, you know. So Brian Reynolds, it just epitomizes who he's been in a Pirate uniform. He just wants to get out there and play baseball.
And his pinch hit actually tied the game at 2. The Pirates went on to take the lead, but you know by now they've lost in the bottom of the 8th, 4-3, and there's a strike called. Levin Furniture Mattress strike zone, and it did catch the edge. Adam Hammery calling balls and strikes.
And this is where with Sugano you have to take what he gives you. He's not going to hit too many balls in the middle of the plate. And that's what you're going to see. A lot of pitches around the edges. Nothing to overpower you. An overpowering fastball, he does not have that, but at 2-seamer and 4-seamer he'll work to set up his splitter.
First time he's faced the Pirates in his career. In the air to center. Toward the wall. And that's Carrig for the first out. Reynolds flies out to the deep part of the ballpark. And brings up Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn 0 for 4 last night. Lined out to right center in one of his at-bats. Sugano signed a 1-year, $5.5 million deal as a free agent after spending 1 season in Baltimore, where he was a teammate for a time with Ryan O'Hearn.
Yeah, it's a 36-year-old veteran pitcher, and I mean this is a good matchup for Ryan O'Hearn because he uses opposite field so well. He'll be patient enough to use that gap.
Foul ball. TJ Rumfield fields it in foul ground. O'Hearn a .284 average, 11 homers, 41 runs batted in. Sugano last year again with the Orioles after 12 years as an ace with the Yomiuri Giants in Japan. It's out of the way.
Yeah, that's a good look at the professional himself. And take what the pitcher give you.
Ball 2 strikes. Nick Gonzalez on deck. Leadoff home run for Spencer Horwitz. And Sugano steps off. Well, he gets a swing and a miss.
There's that slider. It has almost like that. The bottom drops out of that pitch. From here, it almost looks like a split finger, but you can see just that little tight slider down at the bottom of the zone. He works real good at the bottom because he sets up every pitch from there.
It's important to stress that he does not strike out many. Fouled out of play. And we check out our Penn West University stat of the day. Fewest strikeouts per 9 innings. Minimum 60 innings pitched. He's got the lowest strikeout rate in baseball. He's out in front of Nick Gonzalez, 0-2. He is facing a team that, in the Pirates, that strikes out a bunch. Pirates as a team has struck out 704 times, the most in the National League. One more than the Reds coming into today's action.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is, you know, last year we struck out a lot too, but we didn't have as many home runs.
Oh, no doubt. We
so
talked about that all last year.
That's what he said.
It didn't make any sense.
It does not.
They weren't hitting, no home runs, and they were striking out a ton. You got to a little give and take.
Please.
Yeah. It's okay. You strike out a bunch, but you better hit some homers, and they've done that this year, Pirates. Strike 3. Back-to-back K's, leadoff home run Horwitz. Pirates, well, they need a miracle, but they'll take that home run to take an early lead.
One more thing I've just got to say. I need a miracle.
Pella Windows and Doors of Pittsburgh.
Here's number 2, Spencer Horwitz. Hits his 10th home run to give the Pirates a 1-0 lead.
I take a look at the car shield numbers for Paul Skeens. See what he's able to do, but this season is just still miraculous. Those 99 strikeouts. We're going to get triple digits here at some point in this game.
How about right here?
Like
Jake McCarthy. But as we talked about, I think last night, Braxton Ashcraft doesn't seek strikeouts. He gets them. Not that suggesting Skeens seeks them, but because he gets them. That's not what necessarily you're looking for. You're looking for, and you talked about at the outset, Kevin, you're looking for innings from Paul Skeens.
Yes.
And at least, you would think at least 7 strong.
Especially when he has some success against his Rockies, you know, a month ago. That May 12th start against the Rockies, it was just dominant. And so more times than not, that four-seam fastball played a lot against these Rockies in that start. He mixed in the slider. And good use of the changeup. And we'll see if they keep that same game plan or make some adjustments off of what they see.
That's hit hard into right center field. And Mangum can't make the play, and that's going at least for 3. They better hurry. Oh, and it's bobbled, and he's going to be waved, and it's going to tie the game at 1. 1-1. Right off the bat. Should be an error. The ball was dropped at the wall, but he's going to get at least a triple, if not an inside the park home run. Bottom line, it's 1-1, and that was hit hard.
You see Mangum get a good jump on the ball. Early in the game, he thought he could make the play, went for it. The ball just stuck up underneath the wall, and you see right there the little slide by Callahan, and that was a difference maker. Jake Mangum, a tremendous effort, and came up empty.
They're going to give McCarthy a gift inside the park home run. That will change. Callahan, if he fields that ball, he doesn't try to score. And he literally kicked it.
And you see McCarthy, and he is one of the fastest players in Major League Baseball. And once that ball got past, you can see him turn on the jets.
And pop up down the line and left and foul. So Jake McCarthy wears the big fur coat. A home run for now.
And one of the things, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't change it, believe it or not. I mean, but the one thing I will say about this outfield, it's so spacious that Tyler Callahan had to go a mile to get that ball.
But he kicked it.
Oh, yes.
I mean, he booted it away.
No doubt. But it's just,
if he picks the ball cleanly, there's no way to try and score, in my opinion. But we'll see. And I think a lot will have to do with what Skeens does here in the next 3 batters. what the official score decides, because they've taken some earned runs away with errors and a pop up. Shortstop Triolo, one away. McCarthy, home run, and now Castro pop up. T.J. Rumfield, last 9 games, 1271 OPS. Hunter Goodman follows, and Troy Johnston, the DH. Cole Carrig, rookie center fielder. Edward Julian, Ezekiel Tovar, Sterling Thompson for the Rockies, who are 29-47 on the season. And a line drive foul.
You're looking back at that play on that ball hit by McCarthy. You think about Jake Mangum going after that ball full speed, and then you almost get to a place where you get to no man's land, where it's like, how do you pull up and stop the in-between hop? I mean,
did he have a choice then, you mean?
I don't think he reached a point of no return at some point, but he actually thought he was going to make that play, and it was that close. But I mean, you get to a place where you don't know where you can stop, because you're going to give yourself an in-between hop, and now you're trying to smother a ball from the side, and so it's just a super tough play. But you hate to see that. Take a look at where he's playing and where the ball's hit, and then you reach that at that point, you're like, it's on the side of you. You almost feel kind of trapped.
And hit by the pitch on the foot on an 0-2 pitch. Rumfield is hit.
Yeah, that's a tough spot. That's on the inside of that front toe. That big toe bone right there on the inside. That did not feel good.
HN Supermo.
Looked like the split. Front toe.
Skeens has hit 5 batters. That home run is the 9th allowed by Skeens this season. Inside the park home run.
That was a lot of four-seam fastballs the last start against the Rockies, and he used a slider and the changeup, which was the pitch that hit Rumfield. Let's see if he can get one of those on the ground.
Fly ball right. Play made by Callahan. Then furniture mattress Pirates defense. Callahan, you saw Mangum dive for that ball. Reynolds left. Nick Gonzalez, Jared Triolo on the left side. Brandon Lau, Spencer Horwitz on the right side. And as always, Henry Davis catches Skeens. Well, that fly ball to deep right field takes any question away. That would have been an earned run anyway. So that good chance the McCarthy ball is going to be an inside the park homer and stay. Troy Johnston, a designated hitter. What a season he's having. .312 batting average. He's one at bat shy of qualifying the batting race, so it doesn't show up in that category. Yeah, just one at bat shy, so he'll be a chance to be in the top 10 tomorrow. He stays in this ball game. There's a strike.
Yeah, I think one of the things you want to see, Brownie, I mean, that four-seam fastball it really does play well here in Colorado. I mean, especially down and away. And with Paul Skeens' command, you expect to see a little more dominance with the fastball. Keep these Rockies on the ground. And he can work both sides of the plate, up and down, with that four-seamer, with the command. So often you get going to your secondary pitches here, and they flatten out here in the high altitude.
2-2, and Johnston actually does qualify. Checking a look. Well, he's going to strike out, so that's the first K for Skeens, but the game is tied at 1 after 1. 1-1 on the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Inside the park, home run for the speedy Jake McCarthy ties it. And here now, Tyler Callahan facing Sugano. Sugano gives up the home run and the base hit right away. Horwitz and Lau. Then Reynolds hits the ball to the warning track in center field. He strikes out O'Hearn and Gonzalez. Now it's Callahan, Mangum, and Triolo. 6, 7, 8 in the Pirates' order in this second inning.
Yeah, so important this part of the lineup. Can find a way to produce runs. Obviously, we mentioned before, against a veteran pitcher. He's going to work those edges away and force you to really bite and do something different.
Dozen years in Japan. He won the Sawamura Award, equivalent to the Cy Young, twice. Won it in 17 and 18. Was an MVP 3 seasons. Callahan was used as a pinch hitter last night by the Pirates in the 9th inning and struck out against Antonio Sensatella before Triolo bounced into the game-ending double play. Pirates had the bases loaded, nobody out. High pop. Shallow right, second base. And catch made by Julian. Here's Mangum. Xfinity batting stats, reliable Wi-Fi at one price. Mangum's numbers this season: was a pinch runner last night and was caught stealing. That was a big item. Hitting .342 over his last 24 games.
Yeah, I'll say it wasn't too long ago when there's another base hit, but watch this challenge right here.
Yeah, he's heading for second. Here's the throw. Too much speed.
And he stuck the landing today.
Yes. Good point.
That's a nice job by Jake Mangum, and that's a double right out the box in his mind. He's going to force the right fielder to shut him down. As soon as this ball comes out the bat, he's thinking double. And he's forcing McCarthy to stop him from running. You see the left-hander has to come around that ball, and that makes all the difference in the world. Great base running by Jake Mangum.
Good look at it. The speedy Jake Mangum.
Never broke stride the entire time.
He did indeed stick the landing. And Triolo trying to drop down a bunt for a hit. And Mangum caught stealing, pinch ran after Reynolds delivered the RBI single. Went it head first on the stolen base attempt, was initially called safe. Rockies challenged, it was overturned as he had just come off the bag. A split second. Triolo delivered an RBI double in that 8th inning. They've got the Pirates on the board. Made it 2-1. It was his second hit of the game in 3 at-bats against the lefty starter Kyle Freeland. And then he again hit into the game-ending DP.
And you know, it's nothing more Jared Triolo would love to do this first at bat, to pick up a big RBI base hit and get that taste out of his mouth. That was a tough game for the Pirates to drop last night. That's the beauty of baseball, though. You get
right
to
back
bounce
at
back.
it. Yep.
Back in the box today.
Triolo has hit safely in 7 straight games against the Rockies. He's 5 for 9 this season against Rockies pitching, and he's a .391 career hitter against Colorado. Good look. Coors Field in Denver, beautiful night. Another nice crowd. A little dribbler. Try to get that lead back right away. Sugano last 8 starts, ERA .583. His first 6 starts, his earned run average is .284.
Nice approach by Jared Triolo here with 2 strikes. Foul off the fastball, using the other side of the field, and maybe get something elevated off speed. As you said, Sagano, the last 3 starts only going 5 innings, so the Pirates, it'd be nice if they can jump on him early.
This time pulled foul. That's 2-2.
That's what that good approach will do to you. Be able to stay on the fastball, use the opposite field middle, and then those secondary pitches off speed, that splitter. If it gets elevated, you can get to pull side possibly if it's in the middle of the plate.
One out, Mangum at second. Another 2-2 pitch to Triolo.
That pitch well below the zone. There's some chirping over there in the Rockies dugout, like they wanted that call.
Well, challenge it.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, waste one. 3-2. And a ground ball. Mangum's going to head to third, and boy, oh boy. Shake your head. He's out.
Yeah, Jake Mangum taking a chance here. Obviously, the ball in front of him, not anticipating that play from Tofar really to go to third base, thinking he can beat the ball to third. Not happy with that base run decision for himself.
And now taking off for second. So Triolo going to make up for the blunder by Mangum and get right back where things should be.
And that's what I enjoy about first base coach Tarek Brock. I mean, he understands exactly what you want to be able to do. You want to get guys in scoring position, especially early in the bat, but more importantly with 2 outs.
Fly ball right center field. Pretty deep to the wall, and the final out in this second inning. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the second inning. Now the Bucks did steal a base. And now you steal a deal. Scan on screen for $25 off at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Thanks to Jared Triolo's 5th stolen base of the season, but he is stranded, and to the bottom of the second, Paul Skeens faces Cole Carrig. Carrig 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored, playing in his 11th big league game. Keep an eye on the fastball velocity. Early on, just 96 from Skeens. Well, we've seen anything 97 or 98 yet. Not to, cause any concern or alarm, but it's certainly something to note.
I think that you like to see him. He'll pick his spots when he needs that extra velo.
Line drive. 96. And he rips it to right. A leadoff double.
Now see the location where Henry wanted the ball and where it ended up. Henry wanted it above the top of the zone. You see his glove go up there, but looking to see where that ball actually ended up is in the middle of the plate. As I said, at 96 miles per hour at the level, guys are not going to miss that middle fastball very often.
That's 106 miles an hour off the bat.
And these are the times where you think that Paul Skeens will get that extra 2 ticks on his fastball when you get traffic out there, runners in scoring position. If he needs to go to that 4-seam, he'll pick up a couple ticks on the fastball.
Facing Edward Julian, left-handed batter, didn't play last night. Nice play by Davis. For a minute, it looked like it hit Julian.
And another changeup. I've seen a couple changeup. One's a hit Rumfield, the hit by pitch earlier last inning, and now some more command with the changeup issues.
Three and one. Slider in there for the strike. At least got the call anyway. He's hit well to left center field. Mangum back. Mangum there. Well done. Jake Mangum, and Cole Carrick is still at second base.
Not a terrible job of base running there by Carrick, but the Pirates come up as the beneficiary. That ball was hit one of the deepest corners here at Coors Field, and you see where Jake Mangum had to go. With nobody out, your job is to get to third base. And Carrick got caught hanging out there halfway. Right there, he should be all the way back to close to the base, willing to tag, and he put himself in no man's land. You can see the frustration.
And now, yeah, he wanted to make up for that blunder, and he stumbles, and now he's picked off and caught stealing.
Oh. Youth at his finest.
Yeah. Talk about salt in the wound for Carrick. He knew he made the mistake not being at third, so he tries to make up for it.
This game can be cruel. From 1 minute you're hitting a double off Paul Skeens, next minute,
yeah,
just that quick. That's how quick this game can turn you upside down. It's a long walk back to the dugout.
2 outs. Ezekiel Tovar 2 for 4 at a bunt hit last night, a big one.
He's one of the guys that does not see the ball very well against Paul Skeens.
Here's the pickoff again.
Nice job by Brandon Lau putting on the pickup. That looked like that might have been the catcher's pick, the drop of the glove. Good timing play.
Oh yeah, he swung, no doubt.
Yeah, Tovar does not care too much for Paul Skeens. Obviously, the numbers aren't there. One for 8 with a couple strikeouts.
Takes care of that.
I'll add to that.
Got off to a tough start, but it ends with a strikeout. 1-1. 1-1, top of the third. Here's Spencer Horwitz. And StatCast powered by Google Cloud.
Oh, look at the exit velo. 103. Look at the distance.
And lines this past the first baseman Rumfield. Look, kind of gator armed it a bit. Maybe had a little bit of trouble seeing it off the bat, and Horwitz is 2 for 2.
I'd love to see Spencer Horwitz. It all started with that foul ball that was dropped by Castro, and I'm talking about having a day. We're halfway through the cycle, watch, Brownie.
Got the homer and the single.
Yeah, you're right. That ball looked like Rumfield might have been able to make a play at that.
Here's Brandon Lau. Lau and the Tampa Bay Rays played against Sugano last year, and he was 2 for 3 with a home run against him. Base hit in the first inning for Lau. Came in tied for 5th in the league with 18 homers, 8th in the league with 49 ribbies. He now has a little 5-game hitting streak going.
Nibble, nibble, nibble. That's what you see from Sagano. He's going to try to get you out of your element. Chase a little bit off the plate.
Time called. He steps off. Keep going back to the comment that Lau made on Tuesday night to Don Kelly after he was robbed of a hit. And hits this in the air. Second base, shortstop, and it looks like Tovar at the catch. But, Lau felt like he was in a good place. Leader homered in that game. Had a double off the wall in right field last night. He pops up here in the 3rd and brings up Brian Reynolds.
Yeah, just hit a weird stretch where he just a lot of end zone swing and miss from Brandon Lau, and then it just happened out of the blue almost, and now he was able to get that back this road trip.
Not sure how he's feeling. I think he's kind of grinding through this, Reynolds.
He wouldn't have it any other way.
No.
And that's what the Pirates will probably look for as this game continues to go on. As long as Sagano's in the game, no split is going to be that pitch he keeps at the bottom. Maybe they will take advantage of some of those dirt ball reads, especially with 2 outs. I mean, right now, obviously not with 1, with Brian Reynolds at the plate. With 2 outs, looking for that dirt ball read with a split ball type pitcher.
One and 2 on Brian Reynolds. 10-game hitting streak. Has reached base safely now in 25 consecutive games. A .952 OPS the month of June, his career.
It is really amazing that the month of June and what he does, it's the consistency in which he does it in. I think that's what we just have to be in awe of. Normally, I mean, those months, those summer months, the bats do heat up, but to have that type of consistency in June it's been nothing short of amazing.
Strikeout, and for Sagano, that is his 3rd already.
Once again, going with that breaking ball, that downward action, almost has that tight slider. That's 2 pitches that go down like that. That split and that's tight slider.
He struck out O'Hearn in the 1st.
It's nothing straight. It's just the cutter, the 2-seamer.
Fouled off 0-2.
Now, even though Spencer Horwitz, not the quickest runner, I mean, we said before, you get two outs and 2 strikes especially. It wouldn't be a bad time for Spencer. He can absolutely get a dirt ball read or get an early jump as well. See those shadows kicking in over at first base. Maybe a little tougher pickoffs over there as well from the first baseman.
Stays 0-2 on O'Hearn. Hitless in 4 trips last night. There's that sun setting and creeping. Looking from that first baseman's angle.
I wouldn't want to pick off at this time.
And a ground ball to that first baseman right there. To the bottom of the third, 1-1. 1-1 go to the bottom of the third. We have been missing this, Kevin Young. What are your keys to the game presented by your Western PA Buick dealers?
Yeah, I'm going to go with 8 is enough for Paul Skeens. A nice outing the last time against the Rockies. Went 8 innings pitch.
Oh, yeah. I see.
And obviously Air Force. We saw the balls jumping out the yard, obviously quickly with Spencer Horwitz. The wind blowing out, high altitude.
Get it in the air.
Get the ball in the air.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Reference Paul Skeens' time there at the academy. Hope you saw a little special pregame Hannah had as Skeens falls behind Sterling Thompson 2-0. First 2 innings, Skeens has given up an inside the park homer and a double to leadoff man, and now falls behind 3-0. And if he's going to go deep in the game, talk about it so often with all these pitchers, efficiency.
Speaking of efficiency, how about Bubba Chandler's start last night?
Jeez.
I mean, that was amazing. I mean, you're talking about picking out a page out of the Braxton Ashcraft book. I mean,
74 pitches, 49 for strikes, 6 innings. Breezed. And a fly ball, center. Mangum back, warning track, wall, out. A light breeze knocking that back in.
Yeah, that wind did shift. And during batting practice, those balls were jumping out of the yard all over the place. And now Jake Mangum, you see him take a peek back at the wall because he knew it was coming up close. A nice job of redirecting as that wind held that ball up. You see the fans, all the fans thinking they're going to
get fed,
but no.
Back to the top of the order, Jake McCarthy. Inside the park home run, leading off the bottom of the first. After the Pirates, Spencer Horwitz led off the game with a traditional out of the park home run. Don't see that very often. Strike is called. As a matter of fact, our Penn West University educating you. Over 100 years, it's just the second time it's happened in baseball where a leadoff home run was hit, followed by an inside the park home run. Last time it was done was actually August of 2024. Shohei Ohtani hit a leadoff homer in the top of the first, and then Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the first hit an inside the park home run. Go back to 1920. That's how rare that was, that first inning.
Well, that man right there probably witnessed that Corbin Carroll inside the Parker.
Yeah.
McCarthy was Arizona Diamondback.
Mm-hmm.
Those two in the outfield can get after it.
Three and two. And McCarthy's been coming on, by the way. He started out this season 2 for 21. An 0.95 batting average. That's steadily climbing. And here he goes, headed to second. Incredible. That's incredible. A double.
Well, when we tell you that he can fly, you just got a glimpse wide. Coors Field is notorious for balls carrying, but because you have to play so deep in the outfield, you have to go a long way, a lot of ground to cover. And if anybody knows that, it's McCarthy playing at this ballpark. So again, right out the box, he's thinking, I'm going to make them shut me down. He got a good turn at first base, and now he finds himself in scoring position.
Home run inside the Parker and a hustling double.
I mean, it's so often you think about it. It's 347 down the line and left, and 350 down the line. But look at the space that you have to cover. You have 3 outfielders covering all that space, 415. And the depth that you have to play. when those balls are hit, outfielders, they really got to close the ground quickly. If not, they're looking at extra bases. And you can't play shallow because then the grass is fast. The ball to scoot through the gaps. So you have to play deep here at this ballpark.
There's 97 from Skeens.
This is when you love to see Paul Skeens just execute that big strikeout.
Good call.
There it is.
That's number 3.
See where Henry wants the ball, and that time Paul Skeens delivered it.
Exactly.
Top of the zone where he wanted it. Good four-seam fastball. Great execution.
Rumfield hit by an 0-2 pitch in the first inning. Away, foul. Not by much.
After watching Rumfield, who hit a big home run yesterday, that pitch was down and in. I think it was a slider down and in from Bubba Chandler. Let's see what they want to do when they get to a certain part of the zone with him, staying away from that down and in. I'm sure they want to go up and in, and down and away. Or go below the zone. That's a good one.
Good change.
Sometimes that works. That changeup is that, and more importantly, the changeup command has not been there thus far for Paul Skeens, and so you see the location. You can't get beat down there. Finally got a changeup where he wanted it. He was yanking those glove side first couple of innings.
One, 2. Base hit. And here comes McCarthy. And they'll score. And it's 2-1. Rockies.
Yeah, with 2 strikes, Rumfield going to opposite field. And with the speedy McCarthy, even though as hard as that ball was hit, Brian Reynolds didn't have a shot. But look at the location once again, left up in the zone, out over the plate for a big man like Rumfield to get some extension. He was able to do that. Brian Reynolds playing deep, got to the ball quickly, but there wouldn't have been any chance to get out to Speedy McCarthy. And this is what you wanted to see from Paul Skeens. I think a lot of four-seam usage. It's just been the command. You see there the secondary pitches have been the culprit.
Seven. 2-1. Goodman. The ball to the warning track in right field in the first. '21 home runs, second in the league. Kyle Schwarber started the day 25, leading the National League. He's hit 3, including 2 in 1 inning. So he's got 28 now. And the strikeout for Skeens, his 4th. The Rockies lead 2-1. Welcome to the Toyota RAV fourth inning. Here in Denver. Conclude this series and road trip tomorrow. Nick Gonzalez leads off. Now the Pirates trail by a run. It's Tomo Sugano. Gonzalez struck out looking in the first. Nick Gonzalez has enjoyed hitting. Most players do, hitting here. Some more than others. He's hit safely in 6 of 7 here and a .424 average. Ground ball foul. No 2 count. Gonzalez, Callahan, Mangum here in the 4th inning against Sugano. Gonzalez .341 batting average with runners on base this season. That's when he really thrives. Was hoping to get on base to start the inning, but pops it up to shallow right. And McCarthy. Coming up next weekend, Pirates going to be hosting the Reds. The homestand begins Tuesday night against the Mariners at PNC Park, and then the Reds in town, and that will conclude on Sunday the 28th, a week from tomorrow, 1:35. All kids 14 and under will get a free Eaton Park Smiley cookie while supplies last. The Pirate Smiley cookie. Get your tickets at pirates.com. See how Callahan fares a second time. Look at Sugano. Callahan very cerebral, smart baseball player. 1 ball and 1 strike, making his 9th start this year for the Pirates. Playing his 16th game overall. 2-1.
See him just slightly choked up on the bat. Looks to control that barrel, and he can get to pull side. We've seen that early in his Pirates career. You see right there going after that big ball.
All right, now he's 2 strikes, Kevin.
Yeah, now it's so big, but you see the split finger at the bottom of the zone. That's just a tough pitch that you can get up in the air in the middle of the plate. Down and in, maybe. In the middle. Now he has to go back to using the middle of the field here with 2 strikes.
Fastball up, fouled away. Callahan starting in right field.
This is where the veteran pitcher uses your aggression against you and speeds your bat up with that good four-seam fastball above the zone.
So you think the splitter's coming?
Or he may double up a little higher and then use the splitter after that. Oh, he went with his breaking ball. That's the first time we've seen it. Curveball really used against a lefty. Been going with that slider.
Line drive right, coming on McCarthy. 2 outs in the 4th. Sugano pitched 6 2/3 innings against the Diamondbacks on May the 22nd. And his last 4 starts since, 4 2/3, 5 innings, 5 innings, 5 innings.
Yeah, I was going to be interested to see how long he would actually go. When you say you see that 3 consecutive starts of 5 innings, obviously one of those being in Las Vegas, so that had a lot to do with it.
Well, again, last 4 starts less than 5, so it's 4 2/3, 5, 5, 5, and now he's 1 out away from going 4.
And everybody in the bullpen in Colorado sleep, so
yeah,
he might be trying to get into that 6 himself.
And not disrespecting Sugano, again, his last 8 starts, ERA 5.83. Yeah, that start in Vegas definitely inflated those numbers. He gave up 8 runs in 5 innings, 6 earned in 5 innings against the Athletics 6 days ago in Las Vegas. But the more outs he gets, the deeper into the ball game he goes, the more frustrating it gets for the Pirates offensively. Again, going back to last night, Kyle Freeland, tip your cap, pitched a good ball game, but season high 8 strikeouts, 7 1/3 innings, 2 runs. Those came in the 8th. The inherited runners scoring. And he'd entered the game with a 7.98 ERA. And Sugano has 4 strikeouts as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Welcome back to Coors Field, where Paul Skeens was talking about this being a home game of sorts for him because of his relationship with the Air Force Academy and spending time coming to games here. And of course, on that off day, he went back to the academy and he took teammate Jake Mangum with him. And with that, Jake Mangum got to see somebody from his hometown. A young man named Major Quinn. There's a look at him right now. He just finished up his sophomore year at the academy. And yes, his first name is actually Major. That's not his rank, but he went to Jackson Prep with Connor Griffin, not Jake Mangum, but he always told me that Jake would go back and give them a ton of tips and tricks on the game. He said obviously grew up playing closer with baseball with Connor Griffin. He's not surprised at all to see everything KG did debuting at the big league level, knew he'd always be something special, and seemed very, very proud to brag about both Jake and Connor and all they're doing to represent Mississippi in Jackson Prep. But of course, Jake very proud of Major as well, and it was really cool to get to go back to the academy and make that connection, Brownie.
Good stuff, Hannah. Thanks for that. Yeah, the connections in baseball, and it's pretty incredible. We've talked about Mississippi and the connections with Mangum and Connor Griffin. Hannah's talked about that before. And now you tie it all in. The Air Force Academy, and Skeens, and what that school meant to him his first 2 years. He walks Troy Johnston to start the 4th, and that is his first walk, though he has hit a batter. He has struck out 4. He faces Cole Carrig. Second round pick out of San Diego State 3 years ago, Cole Carrig.
It was a nice healthy hack by Carrig.
It was. He played with Spencer Horwitz for Team Israel in the World Baseball Classic this year. Started at shortstop for Team Israel. Horwitz holds Johnston on at first.
There's a nice change of pace and that good changeup. Now finding a little more feel for that pitch. It was a good location for Paul Skeens down and away. Get Carrick out trying to stay on that fastball.
And hit again. Rumfield hit on the toe earlier. 2 on, nobody out.
Let's see what the Pirates defense wants to do in this situation. And you see the HA and Supermo gives you a look at that slider, just catching that front foot, very similar to what happened with Rumfield in the first, but that time with the slider.
You're talking about the defense.
Yeah, you got the corners. Obviously, Spencer Horace playing right behind the runner at first base. just in case of potential bunt.
Henry Davis out to talk to Skeens.
Maybe he's seeing something in the delivery. Maybe they can tighten up. Because it has been, it's been some
16 first pitch strikes. The velocity's down, but the most, I'm sure, concerning thing for Skeens is the fact that his command is not sharp at all. The 96.2 average velocity on the four-seam fastball, the lowest of his career, but he averaged just 96.3 in that 8-inning masterpiece against these Rockies in May. Center field. I think that might have been 99. Was that fastball there?
Well, I do know that
99. There we go.
Whatever he picks in there, maybe it was because Paul Skeens does have a tendency to get rotational with the delivery. I didn't see that pitch.
That's the hardest fastball today.
Maybe that's what Henry came up to say. I mean, because that will take away from a lot of your velocity and your command, and those are the two things that you have an issue with. And that's the first sweeper you've seen in a while as well. Take a look at this pitch. You know, Topar is looking to get on his fastball early. A nice swing and a miss with that sweeper to start off the count.
Interesting, he's not thrown one splitter today. Ground ball. 1-2.
Excellent work. Great trip, Henry Davis.
You can stream Pirates games at home or on the go with SNP 360. Just go to getsnp360.com or scan the QR code, log in with your provider, and get direct access to live games, plus all of the Pittsburgh sports content you love. All right, Pirates bats, let's go.
Time to wake them up.
Yeah, it is time right now. Fifth inning, down 2-1, and it's just been kind of pedestrian through the first four, aside from the Horwitz home run. It's Triolo, Davis, and Horwitz here against Sugano. Sugano has struck out 4. His season high 5 strikeouts. Done that twice this year. Career high 8 last year with the Orioles. The Orioles had signed him to a 1-year, $13 million deal. So with Baltimore last year and a 1-year free agent contract to pitch in Denver this year. And a fly ball. Right field, McCarthy.
I'll tell you what, when that ball came off the bat, and you taking a look at the center fielder dropping back on that ball, and then he has a sprint in, but McCarthy is just, that ball was basically almost straightaway center field. McCarthy just comes out of nowhere, just grabs the ball out the air. He can go get him with the best of them.
Henry Davis now. Davis hit a ball that sent Carrig back to the wall in right center. This is just Davis's 7th start this month of June. Obviously, he starts all the games for Skeens, but the way Andy Rodriguez has been hitting, he's been taking over most of the starts. And Davis's offensive woes continue.
It was encouraging to see him go deep to right center field that last at bat. Have to get him back over there.
Again, Sugano has given up 14 home runs now this season. Davis had a grand slam earlier this year, bounces this ball to short. And here's our Toyota driving force. Spencer Horwitz last 7 games leading off this season. How about 2 leadoff dingers, a .375 average, this home run leading off this ball game. An OPS over 1,000, 5 walks, an on-base percentage of .483. Leadoff man.
I think the other thing to look at is, as we always share about Spencer Horwitz not being that traditional type leadoff hitter where you have typically so often this speed guy, but does he touch home plate? You know, at the end of the day, that's really what you want from your leadoff hitter is he gets on base and can he touch home plate. And thanks to having some of the guys hitting behind him, like a Brandon Lau and a Brian Reynolds and a O'Hearn, he has an opportunity to touch home plate very often. So it's not necessarily about the speed, it's just the ability to have that good quality at bat and get on base, and Spencer Horwitz has done that. And he's thrived in that leadoff spot for the Pirates.
Sugano's going to have a 1-2-3 fifth inning. He's limited the Pirates to the 1 run, the home run, and he and the Rockies lead 2-1.
Yeah, you take a look at the 4th inning and really the trip to the mound, and once Henry goes to the mound, is it a coincidence that next pitch was the highest fastball velocity you see from Paul Skeens? Whatever Henry had to say, was able to get the good fastball, get the out in that situation, and the double play. And so whatever was said, it woke up Paul Skeens. Was it a delivery thing? Was it telling him he's maybe getting a little more rotational? But nonetheless, it worked out. You had first and second, nobody, and was able to shut down the Rockies that inning and keep the Pirates deficit at 1.
There's a walk and a hit by pitch, and then the Julian fly out following the trip, and the double play off the bat of Ezekiel Tovar. Now it's Sterling Thompson. One and 2. Thompson fly ball to the center fielder, to the wall actually in center. Colorado native, Longmont, Colorado. Grew up in Ocala, Florida. 2 and 2.
Yeah, once again, the changeup has not been the pitch that he has a full feel for, it looks like this evening. There's a lot of non-competitive changeups.
The game plan obviously was to stay away from the splitter, and limited to 4 pitches. It's been it.
Yeah, the last start, I mean, it was very heavy, 4-seam fastball, slider, and changeup. And you know, to be able to, you know, you have some changes. You see pitching coach Bill Murphy in there trying to stay with Paul Skeens in this situation and see how he can maneuver through the next couple innings. Well, you think about the last start at PNC Park and the different lineup changes you had. Moniak was in the lineup. I mean, it's a lot of different things. So you have different personnel. So sometimes the game plan may change, but nonetheless. And that's a good pitch there. That changeup in the middle of the plate. That little run away from those left-handers, and that's what you want. He's just been yanking the changeup. Keeping it down in the zone is one key. It looks like a fastball out the hand, and then that nice downward action. AHN Supermo give you a good look at the grip. Nice punch out.
Jake McCarthy has homered and doubled inside the park home run in the first inning. Skeens gets the second out. The very first pitch he throws to McCarthy here in the 5th.
Yeah, that's always a big out. If you keep McCarthy off the base pass.
So the first time Skeens has retired the first 2 men in the order to start an inning. Popular changeup
Well, I didn't have this on my bingo card, Browning. Halfway through the game, a 2-1 score here at Coors Field. Not that I play bingo.
No.
If I did.
As far as we know.
Yeah, well, you know.
And now 0-2 on Castro. Pitches by inning.
Obviously, the one that jumps out is that third inning, like 25 pitches. But you know, Paul Skeens his last start against these Rockies threw 98 pitches in that 8 innings. Give you some perspective of where he's at now. I'm sure he'd like to pitch deep into this game. He can get Castro retired here in the next couple pitches, and it'll give him an opportunity to do just that.
Still 0-2. 80 pitches now. We saw Harman Majinski long tossing before the game, and it would not be a surprise at all that the script, the game plan tonight is for Majinski. This is just, we're surmising, no idea. Nobody said anything, but would not be surprised at all that Majinski is the follower for Skeens tonight. That's just a guess. Pirates kind of made that comment after Majinski followed in Sacramento on this road trip, Jared Jones, on Monday, that he would not be stuck to that, Don Kelly, to having Majinski follow Jones. And Jones is starting tomorrow night against, or tomorrow afternoon against Michael Lorenzen. So probably the game plan. Strikeout. That changeup. Skeens has 6 in his first 1-2-3 inning. Pirates trail 2-1. Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by McClellan's Contracting and Roofing. If our name goes on it, we stand behind it, so you can stand in it. Here in Denver, and moments ago in the dugout, Henry Davis and his battery mate Paul Skeens going over strategy.
Yeah, I think, and also just giving some affirmation. I mean, maybe the adjustments that were made, that's what that looks like. And you go back and say, look, that's where you want your changeup. That's what it looks like. Just tightening up some things. Now the Pirates, and this is the part of the order where you like to see the Pirates go ahead and try to put up that crooked number. Brandon Lau and Brian Reynolds, and obviously Ryan O'Hearn, go through the thick part of this lineup. I said Sugano, last 3 starts, 5 innings pitched. Now he is pitching into the 6th.
And he gets his 5th strikeout. And again, not only just the last 3 starts, but he went 4 2/3 against the Dodgers May 27th, then 5-5-5. So he's now, this is his longest outing since he went 6 2/3 back on May 22nd against the Diamondbacks. That his season high innings pitched.
And this is the 3rd time around the lineup. So the Pirates have seen everything he has to feature.
First time through the lineup, opponents hit .302 against Sugano. Second time through the order, .218. Third time, .298. But he's given no indication that they've figured him out, at least the first 2, Horwitz and Lau. In fact, those are probably the worst at bats for those 2 guys, Horwitz and Lau, 3rd time through.
Yeah, 36 years old, you've been pitching a while. You know how to pitch deep into games.
And a dribbler, a fair ball.
Oh, I think that went foul at the last second.
It's called a fair ball.
Wow. Must have picked it up right on the line. That's a nice job, Sugano, getting over there in time to keep that ball from going foul. Those 36-year-old legs can move. See that ball trickle right out the batter's box, and it wanted to go foul, and it probably would have. Oh man, that looked foul, didn't it? I saw some brown in between that.
No argument from anyone.
Oh.
But the pitch count's going to get Sugano apparently as Juan Mejia loosens. He has retired 11 in a row. He's retired 13 of the last 14, has Sugano. And this is a situation, as you take another look at him picking that ball up.
Yeah, just got it just in time.
But this is a situation where the Pirates feel like, go ahead, get anybody else in there. Like the most uncomfortable at bats. This is a moment where, go ahead, bring in somebody from the bullpen. If you're the Pirates, that's what you're thinking. We'll see what the Rockies think. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Pirates, the official source for your Pittsburgh Pirates gear. Pirate fans hoping to see the offense do something soon, as Skeens has been able to kind of hold it together and has, since the visit by Henry Davis, sat down 5 straight, gets 6 straight outs, include the double play. And as the game goes on, Skeens looking sharper.
Well, in a 2-1 ball game, you'd like to see Paul Skeens stay in this game and see if the Pirates can get the lead.
Well, it does look as though the Rockies are going to go with their game plan and get Sugano out of there. Apparently, they continue to loosen the right-hander, and Pirates will thank the Rockies for that.
Yeah, which is interesting too. I mean, Jimmy Herget, as he gets up, you think about where you are in the opposing team's lineup. And Pirates have 5, 6, 7 coming up.
Sugano has retired the last 12 in a row and 14 of the last 15, and none easier than the 4 he's faced this 3rd time through.
You only needed a pitcher, catcher, and first baseman for him to get through that last inning and strike out a couple of comebackers.
And really the last 4 outs. Again, the 3rd time through the order for Sugano. Grounder to first, strikeout. Back to the pitcher twice.
Wow.
3-2 on Rumfield, who's been hit by a pitch and singled in a run, and he goes down swinging. 7 strikeouts. So you're seeing on both sides, Skeens and his opponent getting better as the game goes on.
And that's just unfair when you 3-2 and Rumfield sure gave in, thinking maybe he'll get that fastball. Able to hit that big ball yesterday. Paul Skeens will not give in and just give you what you want.
There's Hunter Goodman. Whoa. Well, that one jumped on Goodman. It was 97, but looked in Goodman's eyes at about 103.
You see Goodman leading the Rockies with 21 home runs. He was trying to pick up his 22nd. Let's see if they can use that aggression against him.
Henry Davis, 98.
Oh boy, that's always a tough one there. It juggles the head a little.
Yeah, rattles the cage. Phew.
That's a hardcore bobblehead there.
Buckled him.
I don't want any part of those.
There is Kyron Majinski, as we surmised. Sweeper.
Yeah, that's one pitch you haven't seen a lot of this evening.
Strikes him out with a slider. He has struck out 3 in a row, 8 on the night, and he has struck out 4 of the last 5 Rockies he's faced.
Yeah, doubled up with an off-speed pitch. One with the sweeper earlier, and then now with the slider. Just to change it on that outside part of the plate. And got Goodman out in front. Goodman anticipating maybe that fastball coming. See manager Donnie Kelly thinking about how to go through and manage these last 3 innings. See if the Pirates can create some base running opportunities, touch home plate.
So we talked about Sagano's batting average against first, second, third time through the order for Paul Skeens this season. First time through the batting order, 172. Second time through, 139. Third time through, 354. But tonight, third time through, so far, first 4 batters, ground out, 3 straight strikeouts. Pitch number 100 coming up.
And I think that would be the telltale sign more than anything is get to that 100 pitches for Paul Skeens.
He walks Johnston for the second time. Well, he's hit 2, he's walked 2.
And I think this will probably be Paul Skeens' last hitter. See Henry Degas take another trip to the mound and see if they can work through this, and if this just letting him know, look, this may be it for you. Go ahead and empty your tank. We saw a couple big swings by Carrick earlier in the game. Had a double earlier and had some aggressive swings this other at bats too on the fastball. So
talking about game planning, obvious game plan tonight was to simplify it. Just 4 pitches used by Skeens for the second time in his career. May of 2024, his first season in the big leagues against the Giants. He used slider, changeup, 4-seamer, 2-seamer.
I see that changeup just not getting an early chase. And now let's see what they go with here, 1-0. Challenge him with a good 4-seam fastball. See at the top of that zone, that's where you definitely want that pitch.
Changeup's been huge for Skeens, approaching 30 of them.
I think the best part about that is he's stuck with it. He didn't run away from it because it was definitely the pitch he did not have command of. Look at the usage.
There is.
Almost.
Pop up.
Stay in the air.
And it does. Probably it for Skeens. See if the Pirates can get him a couple of runs. Going to the 7th inning, 2-1. Paul Skeens gonna get the hugs. 6 innings, gives up 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts as he goes down the dugout steps. The handshake from Don Kelly. And then his battery mate, Henry Davis.
Yeah, I mean, and you look at that, and it's 4 hits. I mean, and you can tell Paul Skeens was not locked in and how to have his best stuff. But again, to go out and not have your best stuff and only give up 2 runs.
And those 4 hits, Kevin, came in the first 3 innings.
I mean, that's some type of special. Now the Pirates need to get to work, and you see Jimmy Herget, they'll come on. Unique delivery, sweeper, sinker, cutter, pitcher. That's what he's going to feature. See that quick arm and try to speed your bat up.
Mike Gonzalez struck out flied out against Sugano, who gives up 1 run in 6 innings on 4 hits and retires the last 12 in a row and 14 the last 15 batters.
Maybe this would be doing the Pirates offense the break they actually need more than anything to break open this game.
Well, it may not happen, but guarantee this: the Pirates are thrilled that Sugano's not in there anymore. Anything but what Sugano was doing.
And it's always unique too, because it's not like, I mean, this is a veteran pitcher. The 36-year-old Sugano's pitched over in Japan. I mean, he knows a pretty good feel for.
Yeah.
It's not like got to worry about his arm. Oh man,
that sweeper is nasty. Take a look at the Allstate Good Hands replay, and Paul Skeens leading the Pirates 6 strong innings.
As we said, you see the ability to get the punch out. I mean, it's always there for Paul Skeens. Not have his best stuff, but able to get ground balls like this to turn 2 with 1 pitch. That helped him stay in the game a little longer. Get that extra inning in, and an amazing job.
Season ERA goes up ever so slightly from 2.85 to 2.86.
You know, before the game, you're thinking about what needs to take place, what you would like to see take place, and obviously Paul Skeens pitching deeper in the game. You know, remind everybody, I mean, the Pirates are down O'Neal Cruz and Connor Griffin. Those are 2 run-producing starters in the lineup, and so you're looking for that next person to step up.
Not a bad idea. Callahan, third baseman, playing shortstop. Willie Castro. Three and 1. Herget actually does much better against lefty hitters.
Yeah, so many pitches going into those lefties, that sweeper and that cutter.
He has limited lefty batters to a .240 average, while right-handed hitters bat .333 against him.
See that grip that he's using now.
32-year-old veteran. Tampa, played for the Reds, Rangers, Angels, Braves. This is his 2nd year with the Rockies.
See that change-up grip he starts with. Let's see what he wants to go with. 3-2.
One out walk
with the sweeper. That's a really good at bat for Tyler Callahan.
And now we'll take a look at the road ahead, presented by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com today. Jared Jones against Michael Lorenzen. 5th start for Jones, and for the veteran Lorenzen, his 16th start. Always seemed to pose a problem for the Pirates over the years, regardless of what that ERA is. Their work cut out for them against Lorenzen tomorrow. And Paul Skeens with Mitch Keller there. Bubba Chandler listening in. The Pirates get their first base runner since the Horwitz leadoff single in the 3rd inning.
Now let's see if Jake Mangum can get Tyler Callahan over on 3rd base somehow. Here at 1 out. Willie Castro is taking away the bunt from Jake Mangum at 3rd base.
0-2 count. Might be 2. Double play. 7th inning stretch time at Coors Field. It's 2-1 Rockies. It is 2-1 Colorado going to the bottom of the 7th inning. This Pirates pitching change is presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust. Carmen Mlodzinski.
You see Carmen's numbers, and one of the first opportunity really we get to see him not in that piggyback situation, returning to the bullpen. And this is what the move that I'm sure that the pitching department really felt that they can strengthen the bullpen. And Carmen comes in these situations. And this is the ability to attack the zone with 4 different pitches, get right-handers and left-handers out. He's deployed and used it as needed throughout all the starters. It makes a big difference.
Where Julian flied out twice to the center fielder Mangum. Skeens 6 innings, 2 runs, 4 hits, couple of walks, 8 strikeouts, hit 2 batters. Bottom third of the order. Mlodzinski has pitched here at Coors Field in Denver 3 times previously. Picked up the win against the Rockies at PNC Park on May the 14th. That was as a bulk guy. The Pirates went with essentially 2 openers that day at PNC Park against the Rockies. Mason Montgomery started, then Evan Sisk pitched the 2nd, then it was Mlodzinski pitching the 2nd through the 7th innings and got the win. Strike 3 called right down the middle.
Yeah, so Julian's upset. Got caught sleeping on that 3-2 pitch by Carmen Mlodzinski, and he just doesn't give in. Continues to pound that zone. See a fastball just challenge him with the 97-mile-per-hour fastball.
And that strikeout was presented by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future.
And that's the beauty of it. It keeps guys from ambushing. Like Tovar's one of those guys. He's looking first pitch fastball, seeing if he can get an extra base hit, but the ability to throw that sweeper in for a strike just gets guys off of that fastball that have that game plan in attack. Put them back on their heels.
Tovar struck out and hit into a double play against Skeens.
Remember we were talking about how Carmen Mlodzinski's fastball would play coming out of the pen. I mean, it's hit 96, 97. And his stuff is just electric, and his mindset is truly about getting outs. It doesn't matter how you deploy him. He's going to have one mindset, whether it's in the starting rotation, coming in relief. Wow.
Struck him out with a curveball. 2 outs. I'm going to recap what's happened so far in this game on our dashboard report presented by your Western PA GMC dealers. Paul Skeens against Tomo Sugano. Both went 6. Skeens gave up 2. Sugano 1. Spencer Horwitz 2 hits. Jake McCarthy 2 hits, both with home runs in the 1st inning. Horwitz, the conventional, out of the park. McCarthy led off the bottom of the first with an inside the park home run. Skeens out there on the bench next to Tarek Brock. 2 outs in the 7th inning. Majinski against Sterling Thompson. No chance. Infield hit.
Yeah, once that ball got past Carmen Majinski, we got a left-hander up here with 2 outs. Third baseman Nick Gonzalez is definitely playing back. You see this little squibble off the end of the bat. Once it gets past Carmen, it's falling off to the first base side. Really no chance for that. Good look at the split finger, AHN Super Mo. Oh man, did you see the ball, Brownie? The ball got split. Yeah, it cut the ball.
It got cut.
Yeah. That was a great shot.
Jake McCarthy, ball 1. Two and 0. Broken bat. Carmen Majinski pitches a scoreless bottom of the 7th, head to the 8th, down a run. Pirates Baseball on SNP is presented by AHN Official, medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates, and by Barrel Automotive, driven to be better. Here at Coors Field in Denver, it's a 2-1 ball game. Unheard of. Forever a score like this late. And now Jimmy Herget faces Jared Triolo, and then the pinch hitter for Henry Davis will be Endy Rodriguez in the top of the order. Spencer Horwitz. Kyle Karros takes over at third base. Herget, second time he's faced the Pirates this season. And 2 balls and a strike. And Triolo, who bounced out and flied out against the starter Sugano. Herget just returned Wednesday off the injured list, right shoulder impingement, placed on the IL in the middle of May. Just 2 days after facing the Pirates at PNC Park. Also spent a little bit of time this year on the paternity list. Tarps off section.
I'm glad they're right above it, so I don't have to look at it.
Yeah, true.
Too much hamburger meat for me.
3-2. And Herget strikes out Triolo to start this 8th inning. Second K. Hey, next Saturday, a week from today, a 4:05 start against the Reds. First 20,000 fans get a Pirates soccer jersey. Presented by AHN. Get your tickets at pirates.com. Saturday the 27th, Pirates Reds, PNC Park, 4:05 first pitch. First 20,000 fans get a Pirates soccer jersey presented by AHN. And Warren Schaefer will take the baseball from Herget. Two-1 Rockies, 1 out, 8th inning. They're trying to take the first 2 of this 3-game series. And the lefty Brendan Bernardino, who faced the Pirates twice at PNC Park in May, comes on the lefty to face Endy Rodriguez, who turns around about right-handed.
Heavy sinker, nice cutter. Use both of those pitches effectively. Starts Endy Rodriguez off with that slow curveball.
2. Count even. Pinch hitting for Henry Davis, who was 0 for 2. Close, 3-2.
And nice job, Andy Rodriguez, laying off that pitch. More importantly, in a possession to go the other way.
Strike 3 called.
Got him with the two-seamer, saved it to the end.
And now here's a message from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Get the guaranteed lowest mattress prices for life at Levin.
Well, it's Spencer Horwitz. We've talked a lot about how good he has been against lefty pitching lately.
A couple of tough at bats versus a lefty yesterday. But after that first inning home run tonight, see if Spencer picks his spot here, maybe get a pitch up over the plate. Oh, wow. That was the one. You wish you could get it back. A two-seamer. Pretty sure the location was not where he wanted it. Down and into that lefty. Spencer Horwitz looking dead red. Just missed putting that ball over the wall.
Put the ball over the wall to lead off this ball game, his 10th of the year. Singled in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th. Hitting over .330 since 3rd week of May against lefties.
And that's just, I mean, it is amazing when you think about that.
Fly ball center. Bernardino gets the last 2 outs, and the Pirates still trail 2-1. It's 2-1 Colorado going to the bottom of the 8th inning on the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. Andy Rodriguez takes over behind the plate. So Carmen Majinski just pitched a scoreless inning to Henry Davis, and now he pitches to the new catcher, Andy Rodriguez. Willie Castro moved from 3rd to 2nd at the top of this inning. They brought in Karros to take over at 3rd, so Edward Julian out of the game. Splitter from Majinski.
Yeah, such a weapon for Carmen Majinski. That splitter has been such an electrifying pitch for him this season. Just the bottom drops out. I mean, it's just a really good pitch to add to his arsenal. He's been using it effectively all season.
Castro, Rumfield, Goodman here in the 8th. Reynolds makes the catch.
That's one thing, that ball comes off the bat here so different than everywhere else. At that high altitude, it just stays in the air. You don't see very many balls that get barreled, that just drop. One hug up in the air just long enough for Brian Reynolds to make a nice casual catch. This is where you want Carmen Majinski. You have a power hitting Rumfield up. And a guy like Carmen Majinski who has something for both left and right-handed hitters. And you see a 96 mile per hour fastball right on the outside edge. Get ahead in the count. That's where he can just be so effective out of the pen.
Two-one count now on Rumfield. Majinski follows Skeens. First time he does not follow Jones since moving to the bullpen.
Yeah, that's a big pitch right here. You want to stay away from that 3-1 count if you can. Oh, that's just nice. Just could not get the call. A little back door. Tried to bring that ball back over the outside corner. Just couldn't get there.
Walks Rumfield with one out. Rumfield reaches base for a third time tonight as he was hit by a pitch and singled in the run against Skeens. That RBI single in the third gave the Rockies this 2-1 lead.
Now, the good news is Rumfield doesn't run particularly well. The bad news is playing in Colorado with Hunter Goodman up with 21 home runs. You don't have to run well to score on a homer.
0-1.
See if Carmen Majinski can get Hunter Goodman on the ground. Does not hit a ton load of ground balls.
Goodman the most home runs by a catcher in the National League before the All-Star break since Javi Lopez hit 23 back in 03. The Braves backstop. Pop up. Horwitz, foul ground. 2 away in the 8th.
Yeah, that's a big out.
Troy Johnston on base each of his last 2 times up against Skeens with walks. Struck out his first time. And a ground ball. Majinski does the job. 2 scoreless. Made it look easy. Last shot for the Pirates. Time for the North Star Chevrolet Buick and GMC star of the game. How about Jake McCarthy? Yeah. Right after the Pirates had taken that lead in the top of the first inning of the home run, he hits one.
Yeah, no doubt. Inside the Parker, one of the most exciting plays, and in that minute, a hustle double. Actually picked up his second hit with 2 at-bats. Pirates were able to quiet him the last couple of bats, keep that speed off the base path.
He scored both runs, and now we're going to keep Bernardino in there to try and earn his first save since July 23rd last year when he came on as a member of the Red Sox in the bottom of the 11th inning in Philadelphia. Got the last out in the bottom of the 11th. And a base hit for Brandon Lau into right center, and it's going to take off. And he's taken off for second, and he's going to be there with a double.
Oh, nice hold up by Brandon Lau. He was thinking 3 the entire time. We shared earlier about the fast outfield. You split the gaps here at Coors Field. Those outfielders got to go a long way to cut that ball off. You can see how far they had to go just to try to cut it off. It's no chance even with the speed of McCarthy in right field. Brandon Lau was thinking 3 the entire time. Right about there, he decided to shut it down. It was a good call.
And now it's Reynolds, 0 for 3, needs a hit to extend the streak. O'Hearn on deck. Warren Schaefer was hoping Bernardino could earn a save, get through the left-hand part of the order if you include Reynolds, the switch hitter, and then on deck O'Hearn. So he's got now a righty up in his bullpen.
Now the Pirates once again, back-to-back nights, situational hitting, need to execute. Said early in the game, you had last night with the bases loaded, nobody out. The Pirates were yet to get that tying run across, and now down by one, second and third. Brian Reynolds finding a way to get Brandon Lau at the very least at third base.
Reynolds 0 for 2 with a walk against Bernardino. Out in front of Reynolds, 1 and 2.
One thing to note, with Tovar playing so deep in the hole, Brandon Lau has to be aware of where Tovar is.
One ball, 2 strike pitch. 2 and 2. Shout out to Big Bucko fan Matt Lansendorfer, Greencastle, PA.
And you take a look at Tovar and where he is, and Brandon Lau, that secondary lead, you got to make sure.
Up the middle, diving stop at second, saves a run for now. The veteran Castro, but Reynolds gets the hit, and it's first and third with nobody out in the 9th inning.
Oh, what a gutsy performance, Brian Reynolds. Even with 2 strikes, finds a way to get that ball the other side of the diamond, right back up the middle. What a play by Castro to keep it in the infield. Thought he might have had a shot at Brian Reynolds if he would have popped up and made the throw, but he chose to make sure to stay down and make sure Brandon Lau doesn't advance on that backside.
Billy Cook pinch running at first base, nobody out, and now it's O'Hearn. The infield shortens up. And strike 1. Couple of veteran lefty hitters, Lau and O'Hearn, try to come through against the lefty. Ooh. Close pitch.
Yeah, Ryan O'Hearn trying to stay on that ball as long as possible. A left-on-left matchup. He's trying to shoot that hole in the left center field or in between third and shortstop.
Bernardino out in front, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He got out in front of Reynolds, 1 and 2, and then it got to 2 and 2 before he delivered that infield hit. Wow. He strikes out O'Hearn. 1 away.
Yeah, went with the off-speed pitch. Got Ryan O'Hearn to chase. He was trying to stay on that pitch as long as possible. Then you see his sweeping action of the left-on-left matchup. That'll be a pitch and change coming for Nick Gonzalez. It may work out in his benefit.
Pirates wrap up the road trip. 1 more here in Denver tomorrow. Jared Jones starts for the Pirates. He'll be opposed by veteran righty Michael Lorenzen. Coverage for that one will start at 2 p.m. here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh and always streaming on SNP 360. There's a Yinzer rooting on the Pirates, trying to rally here, and the first out recorded with a strikeout. But now Jaden Hill, who pitched last night and gave up the triple to Gonzalez, faces Nick Gonzalez again and hits him. And they are loaded. Maybe hit the pad.
That was up tight. That was close to the shoulder. It looked like a Nick Gonzalez was able to get his head out of the way. You take a look at AHN Super Bowl. Give us a good look at it. 2-seam fastball up and in, right off the left shoulder.
So now they're loaded.
Now Once again, Tyler Callahan comes up in a situation.
How about that situation here? Callahan, a pinch hitter last night with the bases loaded and nobody out, and struck out against Sensatella. Now faces Hill, who had a blown save by giving up a run last night on the triple by Nick Gonzalez.
Yeah, Jaden Hill has that 97-mile-per-hour sinker. He can get the ball on the ground.
And ball one. Tyler Callahan getting a second opportunity in as many nights to deliver.
Oh, this will be a big boost for this Pirates offense. You come away with a big hit.
One out.
Oh, nice healthy hack.
Picked up his first major league save last Tuesday at Wrigley Field. Way inside, 2-1.
Yeah, with the speed of Billy Cook, you'd like to think a base hit, he will be able to score easily to any field.
2-1. 2-2. The big swing on the changeup.
That's a good pitch. Going a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, followed up by that changeup, dotted perfectly at the bottom of the zone. Now let's see what adjustments Tyler Callahan can make.
Still 2-2. That was right down the middle, 99. With a wind really kicking up here.
Oh my goodness. See Callahan working on letting that ball get deep, making sure he can protect.
Another 2-2 pitch from Jaden Hill. Struck him out. 2 away. And it's up to Mangum.
Yeah, fastball in the inside corner, well located, in 97. Good four-seam fastball, is able to sneak it by Tyler Callahan. Now it's up to Jake Mangum to see if he can come away with a big hit.
Fouled away. Mangum 0 for 4 this year with the bases loaded. And 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs this year.
Who has a slower heartbeat? That pitch is 99. Top of the zone. Tough to get on top of 99 two-seamer. This is where Jake Mangum can be so dangerous, though, because he can put a bad pitch into play. Just create havoc.
Still 1-2. 98 again from Hill. Another fastball. Reaches out, roller, third base, and everybody's safe, and the game is tied. The Rockies are arguing about the base runner. And here comes Schaefer, and the umpires will gather.
Oh, wow.
They call him out, and here comes Don Kelly, and the game is over. They call him out. The game is over. They're calling base runner interference. The game is over. The Pirates lose.
That is a terrible way to lose that game.
The Rockies win it. An incredible finish. And the frustrations for this Pirates team maybe hit a season high tonight.
That's so frustrating. Back-to-back nights, the Pirates offense have it right there in their hands. You see the frustration of Tyler Callahan. When you see Billy Cook, I mean, obviously the ball's coming. He's actually coming inside to get out of the way of the play.
Oh, geez.
And it's just,
what did he do?
He's past the play. And so, I mean, you definitely have to give the fielder an opportunity to field the ball. But I just, man, that one will get looked at over and over again. It's just a terrible way to lose a ball game. And rightly so. Donnie Kelly is furious.
You know what the worst part about it? The umpires didn't call it initially.
No, they didn't.
It took Warren Schaefer came out and had them meet.
You see Billy Cook playing deep. As soon as that ball's hit, he tries to get inside to avoid the third baseman. And so Karros, as you can see, almost trying to initiate some type of contact in that way to appear to give. Look where Billy Cook is trying to get inside of that play. Nobody called anything.
Nothing. The umpires aren't doing anything.
It's a terrible loss for the Pirates on a play like that. And it's just so frustrating right now. Wow, that's a tough one. Pick up the pieces, sleep early, and try to come back and fight it off tomorrow.
We'll send it back to the studios as the Rockies win it on that call at the end, 2-1.